A speedy welcome to the show for everyone. This is Speedy Post on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. And I'm your host on the show. My name is Marysyntia Hangeior. I am here with
Felicity Girgir
and Wandoo Tortya.
And Speedy Post is that show where we bring you social media moments. We take posts from social media that sparked a lot of reactions, had a lot of conversations, bring them to you, share the post, and also get to hear your opinion on the subject matter. Now, today also, we have an interesting post from social media that we are going to share with you. So, stay tuned, pay attention, and listen. And as soon as I'm done sharing the story, you can start putting your calls through and letting us hear your opinion. So a lady says, I received an inheritance of almost 35 million naira in cash from my late father. My husband knew about the entire process, so when the money came, he sat me down and asked what I planned to do with it. And I told him I wanted to buy land, buy a car, register for my master's degree, and invest the rest in my business. He became offended and asked, so where do I come in as your husband? What do I get? And she says she was genuinely confused. So she told him that she didn't understand. But instead, he says that she should just forget about it. And then she continued making plans for the land and the car. He stayed quiet and simply watched. Then one day, he woke her up from sleep and then said that he didn't know that she was this stupid. He said that him as his husband, if a huge amount of money like that actually came to her hands, how doesn't she found it only right to give the money to him, the husband, to actually take charge of it, to entrust it to him as the husband. He asked what impression she was trying to give to people, and then she was shocked and asked him he expected her to hand over the money that she gained as inheritance from her father. Her father worked hard and then gave it to her as inheritance before he passed. He expected her, to hand over the money to him simply because he is her husband, and then he did not say anything. He flared up. It became an argument. He almost, according to her, he almost even beat her, but then nothing happened. He told her to prepare herself for what is going to come next, because he couldn't stay married to a woman who was not submissive. That is what, according to him, that particular part of it was not submissive. And then he said he would bring another woman into the house who would listen and then respect him. And then nothing happened, and it even got to the point where the husband invited his mother, that's her in-laws, and then they were trying to make her give the money. They even told her if she doesn't give the inheritance money to the husband, then she should pack and then leave the house. At the end of the day, she ended up living on her own without giving the money. One day when he was not around, she packed her things and then left and went to her friend's house. So she ended up not giving. So one thing about this story that made it interesting is that people had different opinions. There are some women who were saying that I would have entrusted the entire 35 million, to my husband because he's the head of the family. Some people were saying that, when men get inheritance, from their fathers or whoever they got inheritance from, they're expected to use it to take care of the whole family. But why is it that when it's the woman, she doesn't want to give? And there were people that were saying that inheritance money is inheritance money. That one is not for you to carry and go and give your husband. So that is the story for today. A lady received inheritance money, about 35 million naira in cash from her late father, and then her husband demanded that she entrusted the money to him, and then she refused. He ended up calling his mother, that's her mother-in-law, who came there, and they tried to make her give the money, but she refused. And the next thing, they asked her to leave if she was not going to give the money. Some persons were saying that shouldn't even be something that you should be told, you should just give the money, he's your husband. But then other people were saying, everyone was saying what they were saying. But then what do you think? Now you can call in and be part of the show. Number for you to call is 08084 asking.
It's 0808 427 5464.
It's Speedy Post on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM, and we are also streaming live on Facebook at Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM Makudi. So you can watch live on Facebook and even leave a comment if you have something to say. You as a wife, would you actually hand over money you got from your father, as inheritance to your husband, or will you at least maybe cut and then give him half of it or anything like that? And also, as a man, would you expect like your wife's inheritance money, money that she got from her parents, to actually be given to you, entrusted to you? You can call in and let us know what you think about this situation. And myself here with Felicity and Wandoo. Let me first hear what you people think, from this story that I just shared.
Okay, for me, it depends on the situation. If it's not coming from blackmail, if my husband doesn't, if he's not blackmailing me to give the money, if it's coming willing from my heart, then I'll give. And depends on the situation. Okay, if my husband is desperately in need of the money and he doesn't have it, I will give. But in a situation in which he earns more than me and have the money just because I have inheritance from my parent, from my dad, then he decides to think that it's fair enough for me to share the money equally with him, or should give him all the money because I'm his wife. No, to me it's not right. Okay. Because yes, inheritance is inheritance from my parent, it's from my dad. So I'm the one that is going to choose what I'm going to do with it. Okay. If it's fair enough for me to give him, I'll give him. But if he's blackmailing me, like threatening me or telling me that I'm supposed to, meanwhile he has the money, has the resources, he even earns more than me, then in that case, no, it's a no for me. Okay.
But if he's not threatening you, would you like on your own, hearing this story, is this something that you consider? If that kind of money like came to you, inheritance money, would that be your first line of thought? If he hadn't come up, with any blackmail stuff or even threatening or anything, would that be your first line of thought?
Well, if he haven't come out with that thought, and I think in my mind that it's okay for me to...
Will you think in your mind? That's what we're asking you. Will you think in your mind that I should give him, is my husband, so I'm supposed to give him part of it?
Well, if he's in need of it, if he really, really needs the money, then I will. But if he's not in need of it, he just feels that I'm his wife and it's his obligation to have what I have, my inheritance from my parents, from my dad, then in that case I will not. But if he's desperately in need of it, if I know that he needs this money, why not? I will give him.
But you will not feel like as his wife you want to give him the money. He has to accept he's feeling like you as his wife. I want to get it clear. Felicity, do you know what I am trying to ask her, to actually say? So you won't feel like as his wife you should give him that money. But if he feels like that,
Okay, as his wife, then I should, if I want to. Because
will you want to? Will you want to?
Okay, yes, I want to. I'll just give him small of it. Yes, she just share with me for the love we have. Yes, just small for him and the rest for me.
All right. So Felicity, what about you? What would you do in that situation? You've heard the story that we shared. So would you be willing to entrust inheritance money that you got from your husband, to
from
your
my
husband?
Father.
From your father, exactly. From your father to your husband, simply because he is your husband.
Well, in her situation, she had things that she wanted to do. So if I have important things that I want to do with the money, I'll go for my goals. Well, and I don't find any there's no issues with me sharing the money with my husband, because I heard somebody say that, well, if he's the husband, he's supposed to, if he's the man, he's supposed to share it with the wife and all that. For me, there's no issues with me giving the money to my husband, especially if he needs it, or even if he doesn't need it. But I just feel as a couple, and if I don't really have very, very much important things to do with the money.
So your husband is not part of the important things. He will not be part of the important things. He is
part of the important things, but those kind of goals that she said, that's what I'm trying to say. Those kind of goals that she said, her business, her education, and all of that.
A car as well.
Car as well, and all of that. So I don't find any issue with giving.
All right. Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon, Marysyntia.
Yes. Good afternoon. Welcome to the show. What's your name?
Yeah, thank you. My name is Ruben Hangeior. I'm calling from Jigimamera College, Akbuhe, here in Makudi.
All right. Welcome to the show, Ruben.
Yeah, thank you. The controversial topic in the air, I want to chip in this way. You know, in a family where there is a woman and a husband, all of them are one. And then if there is unity, I'm telling you, all of you have to be trustworthy. You trust each other. And then you know your pitfalls, you know your shortcomings, and then you know your strong point. You understand? I remember when I was getting married in 2015, after paying the bride price for my wife's head, my father-in-law and mother-in-law called us together and then said, all these things I have bought for their daughter, everything, even the amount they gave their daughter, they said those things were not just meant for their daughter alone. You understand? They said those things belong to all of us. So nobody should their daughter should not just go and say, because my parents did all those things for me. And then, so from what you have said, I don't know whether the woman now did not trust the husband. Maybe she said the money came from her father's legacy, so there was no need to share anything. Money should not come and separate marriages. I don't know how long they stayed in marriage, but then they were living together. So at a point, the money came in, and then that shattered the whole family. I don't think that's not a good thing.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is that, money in the family, whether coming from the husband or from the wife, should be used unanimously. You understand?
All right.
It shouldn't be something that will bring problem in the family to a point. Maybe somebody will pack out, and then maybe at the end of the year, you see, 35 million naira is huge. I understand. But then maybe if you don't handle it with care, maybe someday, somehow, something will happen, and then maybe you begin to lament something like that. So please, what I'm saying is that yes, the woman should have. Yes, she made mention of some kind of things she wanted to do with the money. The man discovered that maybe out of all the three agendas, there was nothing, going to him. Maybe to recognize the husband and something like that. There was, we men, we are not that too difficult. We want to just entrust something to us. In fact, real men. I'm talking about real men here.
Okay.
Yeah, real men. Not all these fake guys that will just. That will have them around town that they just want to do unwilling kind of relationship. No, that's not what I'm talking about.
All right.
Then that real man, once you just say, my husband, this is this. What are we going to do with this money? So if the man, brings out some, programs that you don't like, you also chip in. My husband will have to do this, we have to use this, and so that things will go smoothly in the family.
All right.
You understand?
All
so that's my output on the program.
Thank you so much, Ruben, for calling in to be part of the show. You also can call in and let us hear from you. It's 0808 427 5464.
That's 0808 427 5464.
It's Speedy Post on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM, and we're also streaming live on Facebook at Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM Markley. So you can watch live on Facebook and even leave a comment if you have something to say on our topic of discussion this afternoon, whether as a man, as a woman, whatever perspective you're looking at it from, let us know. So Mr. Ruben is saying that he believes that man and wife, wherever the money is coming from, inheritance, not inheritance, if it's one person's father that gave, is meant for the both of them. And he feels like, okay, it's something that she would have entrusted to him, like depending on if the man is a real man, just like you mentioned. It's not a regular, a real man that that person will be capable of taking care of things around, and the person will not maybe become selfish with it, because that is a top fear. If you ask, it's a very valid fear. Like if the person becomes selfish with that money that you gave to the person. So Felicity, you were saying that you feel like there's nothing wrong, sharing that. So is this something that you say you would like carry and then entrust to him, let him be the one to, let him be the one to, because that's what some of the comments were saying. Like at the beginning, she should have entrusted the entire money to him, and it's him that now decides, oh, this is what you do with it, you do like this with it, things like that.
I don't think I would. Well, if I trust my husband, but in a situation where he's the one telling me that this is what I should do with my own inheritance money, because it's my money and I should be the one to decide what I get to do with it.
Okay.
He's my husband, and I should let him in on my ideas, not because I need his permission or anything like that, but because it's just the right thing to do.
Okay.
But in a situation where I'm supposed to like give him the entire money and he's supposed to be telling me what to do with it, do this one with it, do this one with it.
Okay.
Well, I'm not with that.
All right. So you can still call in and be part of the show. Number for you to call is 08084 for asking.
That's 0808 427 5464.
Call in and let us hear what you think. Like, as a woman, would you just hand over inheritance money that you got from your late father to your husband, like entrust it to him, or like would you cut half of it, give it to him, or something like that? Even as a man, would you be expecting your wife's inheritance money that she got from her father, as inheritance? Would you be expecting it, something from it, or even the entire of it? Because in this particular story, it went further.
Yes,
it went
because
to the
she did
point
not
of
give
back outs and
and she was also saying something about bringing in another woman.
Yes, like, because a woman that would listen and then respect,
be submissive.
What he actually asked the woman to do. So to that point, Wandoo is saying that if it's the one that is looking like that point, that's where she will not give. But
because if you are forcing, why are you forcing?
Okay.
Why are you forcing? What's the
I don't
meaning of
even
forcing?
trust her words about, like, if I want, because she was avoiding the whole I'm going to give, and then covering it with if I feel like, if I want to. But then the thing is, would you actually want to, in that particular situation, if you got the money like that? Is that a first thought that will even come to your mind?
Well, if I got the money like that, if it's necessary, like if it's in a desperate situation,
if it's necessary.
yes.
I've been talking about this to Wandoo. She feels like, except something must have to happen, before she would actually take the money and then give to him.
No, it depends. It depends on the situation, because even the lady, she has some things that she wanted to use the money for.
Yes.
And it's not as if the man doesn't really have money. He has money.
Okay.
Yes, and his salary is more than the lady's own. So it's not as if he really needed the money. It's just that he wanted to be in control of it. He wanted to know how far about the money. He wanted it to be in his position. Yes, he wanted to be included in the calculation. He didn't want to be left out. So in that case, the lady, she's not bad by refusing, but if I'm the one in her situation, I will give my husband, but I'll have, because I have other agendas for the money. I have what I want to do use the money to do. So I will give my husband, he's part of me, so I will give him the money, but not completely, because I have my own agendas. I have my plans on what to use the money for.
Okay. And you don't feel like he would still give you back to do those plans, those plans that you want to do? Anyway, you can still call in and be part of the show. It's Speedy Post on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. Number for you to call is 0808 427 5464.
That's 0808 427 5464.
And we are also streaming live on Facebook at Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM Makudi. So you can watch live on Facebook and even leave a comment if you have something to say. A lady received inheritance of almost 35 million naira in cash from her late father, and then she made plans that she wanted to use the money for. And then her husband got offended. Like, in all the plans, she plans to open a business, buy a car, a land, and she didn't mention him inside. He wasn't part of the calculation. And then he was offended, like, where do I come in as your husband? And then it got heated to the point where even the mother-in-law came, and then they were threatening her that if she doesn't hand over that money to him, then she should leave the house, and all those things. So we are asking you today, as a man, would you be expecting your wife's inheritance money, from her? If she got from her father, would you be expecting it? And even as a woman, would you immediately think to give your husband inheritance money that you got from your father? Would you entrust it to him? Let us hear from you this afternoon on Speedy Post. And you people have been talking about, Wandoo said about she depends on if he needs it. And then you said that there is nothing wrong with actually putting that. And that reminds me of some comments that were saying that when a man gets inheritance, from his people, then it's more like the money is for the family.
It's for the family.
It's
Yes,
for the family.
It's for the family.
And then there were people that were replying under that particular comment, saying that is because it is the man's duty to like take care of the family, take care of him, and not the other way around. There is this thing that people say that my husband's money is my money, but my money is my own money. I don't know how family
and then I kind of understand the husband's hurt, but I don't understand, like, I'm not with him on how far he took the entire situation, but I kind of understand how he feels. Just imagine you are very close. Okay, let's leave the partner, my partner, out of it. Just imagine you are very close friends with somebody, and the person got that kind of money, or got money but did not include you in the person's plans at all. How would you yourself, how would you feel like not being involved in the person's plans, or not even being let in at all? Would you not expect that, okay, maybe as my friend she should have given me a little part of it, or something like that? So I kind of understand where his hurt is coming from, because he felt like he was not included in any of her plans at all the plans that she had for the money, to do with the money, he was not included. So I kind of understand him, because if I am friends with somebody, and I'll also feel hurt, and I feel like everybody will feel hurt if they have a friend that got money but did not include them in their plans. I think that everybody will feel hurt.
What you don't understand is him taking it that far,
yes,
to actually get the money, know, from there. And then he took that. Wandoo, you want to say something?
Yes, he really took the matter far, because if the wife refused to give the money, there would have been a way that they will sit down and talk, because according to the story, it's not as if the man did not have that kind of money. He has money, but he just wanted to be in the calculation. And once he was not in the calculation, he took it far of bringing his mother in the situation to come out, or even threatening to throw the woman out of the house, because he was not in the equation. So for him not being in the equation is something that they can talk about it and say to, like, if you discover, as you are saying, you have a friend and he or she has that kind of money and you are not included inside, you can go to the person and like talk things out,
and
like,
know why they because sometimes maybe the lady had it in her head that my husband doesn't need the money, maybe that's why she did not include him.
Exactly.
Okay, so it will be more like if he needs it, that's what you are putting out now. If he needs it before you give him on a normal note, you will not give him.
No, I would give on a normal note, but
Wandoo is saying that if he needs it, that's when she's going to give. If he doesn't need it, like, then there is no need.
Well, right? if he doesn't need it, there is still need, but in that situation, the woman has a plan for it.
Why do I feel like you're stopping yourself from saying exactly what you want to say, and they're just using, like, in that situation? I feel like if he, because even right from the start, I feel like she has not even admitted that, up till now, about, like, if he needs it. So, like, the question is, on the normal, even if he doesn't say that he needs that money, would that be like your first instinct, as a wife, to like say, okay, this is my husband, though, I have to entrust this to him, I have to share it with him,
Yes, there are some. Okay, the woman has been in that. Okay, for me, I've been in a marriage. Okay, I've been in a marriage, and okay, for instance, I'm being in a marriage. I know how the marriage works. I know my husband, and I know if I table this matter or if I bring the money to him, I know how he will react. So if it's a man that is in trust, I can trust. I know that even if I give him the money, or if I entrust the money into his care, there will be no challenge, no problem. Then it's fine. But if is another kind of person that if I want to get the money back, it becomes a challenge or a problem, then that's when I'll know how to handle the situation, in which I'll be the one to be with it, and I can also give him if it's necessary.
Okay.
Yes, but if it's not necessary, then I can have the money. Then my agendas, I'll accomplish my agendas. Then I can also give him them, because he's my husband. Yes, he needs to like have this feeling of being loved. Like my wife has an inheritance somewhere, and now that he has
and
it,
she thought of me when she got it.
She thought of me when she got it. So I will give him. Of course, I will give him.
Okay. So for me, it's for me. I say for me, I'm not putting it on you people. If you want something, you can come and tell me. But let me just hold it. No problem. It's for me and him. The same way that he would hold the money is the same way that I'll hold me too. I will not do anything with it. So let it be in my position. If he has a great idea, we'll talk about it together, and I can release it to go there. But I'll still hold the money.
But you are the one
I'll hold
the money.
It's just hold. I want to hold it. Not to say that I will not give him. I just want to hold the money. So that is it for Speedy Post today. I hope you've enjoyed your time here with us so far. Speedy Post, will come to you every Thursday at 3 p.m. here on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. And today, coming up next at 3:55 p.m. If today is your birthday, Speedy Kids are going to be wishing you a happy birthday. And also at 4 p.m. the Speed Lane comes on here on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. Keep enjoying music of your life.
Hello, my cutie. Asking Radio is here. Tell everyone.